line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Woo, things are heating up around here, aren't they? Hi, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, live here tonight at Hotlanta. It's Atlanta Motor Speedway here for the Green Mountain Girls Fast and Fun Truck Series. Here and now, as we take it down here in Georgia, from the skies of Michigan down to Georgia's skyline, it's time to hit down the speeds and get down to business here on PTM Racing TV. Hi, everyone, I'm Chris, the Cassette Driver, and welcome back to the show as always. We're getting ready for tonight's action here to settle the score and settle some hard racing in between. It's time to take a look at our field of drivers here tonight. Beginning with our field here, we'll start them on the pole. It will be, of course, Nathan Meyer, the number 1 is outside. James Moore Harris, the number 4. Row 2 sees Robert the Mullen Man Lawrence, and the 5 is outside. Richard Fornshell in the 90. Row 3 sees the Sandy fan Craig Janzik, and the 40 is outside. Robert Wynn, the 16. Row 4 sees Josh Ball, in the number 6 is outside. Tyler Meeks in the 35. Row 5 sees Sheldon Pearson, and the 8 is outside. That'll be George Young in the 48. Row 6 sees Christian Wilcox in the number 20. Well, that'll be the number 53 is outside. That will be Mr. Dan the Man Starter in the number 14. Your next rows on through the field here, we're going to see. Well, that'll be Jason Taylor in the 15s outside. Stephen Pless in the Lemonade stand, 69. Row 8, William Mann Jr. in the 29 is outside. Garth Snyder, the 88. Row 9, sees Brock Whitehead, the 82 is outside. That is Death Hacker, Colton Lasmata, John Thacker, the 56. Row 10 will be Sean Bounty in the 34 is outside. Steve Clegg in the 22. Row 11, Kevin Ward in the 112 is outside. That is Eli, the Wild Childs in the 9. Row 12, Adam Scrum, the 95 is outside. Charles Whitehead, the 51. Row number 13 is going to be Jonathan Diamond, the 39 is outside. Zach Derrick in the 10. Row 14, Kevin Kershaw, the 91 is outside. Trey Whitehead in the 33. Robert Wynn Jr. in the 89 is outside. Number 2, Russell Fulmore Kilgore. Randy Compton rounding out your field into 31. Green flags out. Time to go racing. And just like that, we're going to cut the heat, cut the grill, and cut the speeds. 100 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Which one of these drivers is going to be able to master the speed and master the runs out of the gate? The 5 of Robert Lawrence getting kind of put to an inside corner. Here comes the Zanny fam. Janzik opting to go 3 wide saloon here. Throwback schemes in display here tonight. So off the gate here, Nathan Meyer, your early leader here as he continues to hold off the Bill Elliott style number 5 there of Robert the William Lawrence. And thankfully for us, though, Meyer at least was smart enough to know when he goes throwback scheme in here with the DuPont. He at least kept it a Chevrolet style, so good on him there. See a little bit of that Kenny Wall style, number 4 of James Marauder Harris, putting his GMG background style, number 4, right into the hunt. Major damage on the 6 of Josh Ball. Or no, actually, it might not be damaged. Looks like the front end was lifted more on that hood, but it turns out no, it is not actually. I'm kind of surprised. It looked like from my angle there, it looked like it could have been, but it was not, thankfully. So he is okay and good to go. Leading him off the packs into the charges here currently now. Drivers leading up for the pains in the positions. Josh Ball, the number 6, trying to keep his Winn-Dixie style of the machine in the fight, if you will. And if memory serves me, I believe that is a like a little Kenny Irvin style design, or that's either Kenny Irvin or it's Mark Martin. It's the only other one I can think of. Either way, this is an awesome looking piece of equipment, a really cool design, and I don't really know what the heck the Man Beast Willie Jr. thought of when he created this chromed out car, but I don't know. I'm trying to debate whether or not he's thinking it's the way of the future. Like, I don't know if there was ever a futuristic 2000 styles car, but what truck, whatever you want to call it, but that's not exactly something I would have thought he would have came up with. Jason Taylor getting a little bit of that 15 machine firing off in the Remington design. Ran that last week as well. It's still a beautiful looking piece of equipment. Awesome looking design on that. And of course Tyler Meeks in the 35 and the 8 of Sheldon Pearson doing their own kind of style, their own kind of background, doing their supporting obviously the Camping World Series and the little world that Marcus Lamona's kind of helped out with that crew down there for the Truck Series for a little time or two ago in a few races, helping to give them some serious points. Onboard camera here with some of these drivers, and again we have different camera angles in each manufacturer, so be on the lookout for each different design and different look of these things. As you can see just how incredibly unique some of these drivers look inside the trucks as much as they do on the outside. Moving the chains around here, former champion there, and Sean Bounty right now, the number 34, looking to add to his resume. He won last time out at Champion Power Cards Fast Fun Cup Series at Watkins Glen International in a huge race, to say the least, really giving himself on the totem pole of guys to watch out for whenever he comes into town. Will that be the same case here in this Truck Series? That remains to be the question, needs to be answered, so we'll see. But right now, anyway, doing a pretty fair job hanging in there at 31. Randy Coffin kind of slowing down to a little bit of a halt here. Marching their way down across the back straightaways here. Everyone's still in position for some moves and some hard racing. Robert the Mullen Man Lawrence going to put a little Bill Elliott style into that 5 and take the race lead over. The F-150 is your new leader. The Man Beast, the Baba Beast, I should say, not the Man Beast, but the Man Beast's father, Really Man, has joined us in the comments section. Good to have you on board, sir. On board here with that Green Mountain Grills number 4 machine of James Marauder Harris, still rocking. Of course, the GMG logo wherever he goes, but you got to give him credit for at least that look that's got going on with Kenny Wallace. There's one thing I will say, Kenny Wallace, even to his age now, he can still drive with the best of them. Loved watching him when he came down here to Iowa and he raced down in Marshalltown with those sport mods. It was a pleasure to meet him, and pleasure to meet just a driver of his caliber and see the kind of skill he can possess even with his dirt background. Drivers starting to maintain pace, starting to move around, looking for openings where they can. A lot of guys will try to draft off hard and then move down the bottom lane for make some runs off here. Sheldon Pearson doing just that here in the PM and Sons machine as he moves it ahead of the 35's Tyler Meeks. But Meeks ready to fire back at him. Doesn't quite prepare to let Sheldon just give him that run off that soon. Starting to really maintain grip and maintain position off the 15 of Jason Taylor right there with him. Remington Chevrolet Silverado trying to gain ground, hang in a little longer, doesn't want to lose too much here. Speaking of Papa Beast, let's go on board with the Man Beast. see him really going to be a little bit more aggressive in the corners, kind of give himself a little more speed, more runoff. Obviously, he's trying to watch every turn, every corner as much as he can and hope for the best here. You really have to, this kind of driving style, this kind of momentum boost here, because again, this track, it is a tire burner, it's a gas shredder, and it does not give an inch. Now, we have not seen the new updated version yet, but we have seen photos of it, and judging by the look of it, I will say it looks like it will definitely test even the best of cut drivers when we get it out on the track. Many fans, though, will say they really wish they did not go and repave this track for the longest they did, but, you know, they ended up having to repave it because it was just getting to that point. And really, I can't blame him whatsoever. I would have too. At this point, if you saw the track starting to break down and pieces starting to fall off, the repave was definitely necessary, but I don't think a lot of fans were expecting the repave to end up having to increase the bankings and increase the way it is, designing it more almost as, like, as they say, a Talladega Daytona kind of mini-me. Jeffrey Lee Bell, as always, the lemonade stand is here. Hey Jeffrey, how you doing, buddy? And for those at home that don't know what we're talking about here, we usually see that 69 at top of Stephen Plus. He usually has a little lemonade style truck out on the track here for us, but tonight, not the same case. He's driving a 24 Tractor Supply accompanying machine. Rocking alongside a returning number 9 of Eli the Wild Child. Hey, running a little Valvoline 9 on this one tonight. We haven't seen the Wild Child on the Truck Series since last season. And obviously, that season was not about trying to win championships. It was a matter of just trying to knock down Janzik or Harris every time he came out on the track. This season, though, it looks like he's going to kind of have that same mindset, same goal, because, again, his work schedule really wouldn't allow him to race as much as he would like to and as well as he wanted to. He said to me earlier today he's really disappointed about that and wanted to get with these guys more often than not. He said the Truck Series is certainly one of his favorites to go fight it out with. He loves running the Cub, but when he can run the trucks, he says always a heck of a race. Really maybe just a testament to the skill and the control as well of just how well they've been able to handle their nerves, handle themselves out on the track. Look at the distance, though, from Robert Lawrence and Nathan Meyer here. Obviously, they're using a little bit of that draft line to kind of help keep their speeds up, but the Blasta Masta designed up with that Bill Elliott scheme currently has just been rocking and rolling this one all out and about. Yet to give an inch here and yet to give anyone a chance here at taking him down, except maybe for one in Nathan Meyer now. Here comes that DuPont number 1 Chevrolet Silverado. Meyer looking to ground clearance and gain up on him. Lawrence looking to hold off Meyer's run. Meanwhile, Forenshed looking to make his run well known and well fitting. Charging it quickly up to the Marauder James Harris, the number 4 GMG machine, going to get challenged by the number 4 Pepsi Challenger. The number 90 Pepsi Challenger, excuse me, the 4 GMG getting put to work here with Forenshed trying to dive in deep, make the runoff work. It does not stick here, but so far a very clean set of laps and racing here from these drivers in very, very impressive fashion. I was wondering going into tonight, how were these drivers going to handle the nerves of the fact that they're going to run on another 1.5 mile long track, knowing their circumstances they've had last times out on the short track end of things. I think they really like having as many cars and trucks as they have in these kind of bigger tracks, because it allows them to really make do and make break or rake with what they got. It certainly is a testament to their control and their stability, and it is kind of the old natural saying of how NASCAR is to these days, but I think we're all very clear as well that eventually short tracks are going to be coming back into the market, and they're going to really be testing a lot more than just drivers' patience. They're going to be testing a lot more of the wallets out there, I'll say that much. But hey, the show must go on, and you got to put on a show wherever you can. Wilcox at 53 trying to put the Chick-fil-A machine up ahead. Still trying to decipher that one. I swear I've seen that scheme somewhere before, just not the Chick-fil-A design, but I've seen that black and red stripe background before. We all know, obviously, what the Zanny fam kind of went with tonight, but that wasn't kind of obvious. You ain't fooling nobody here, Tanzik. We know your little trick there. All I can say is I hope Teresa Earnhardt is not watching. We might be in trouble here, boys. Josh Ball, the Winn-Dixie number 6 here, continuing to pull a little Mark Martin and keep up with the distance and keep up with the pace. Meanwhile, Fornshell and Harris, they're still going back at it with one another. But right behind him here, a little surprise in the field here. Look at this. It is the Metallica 16, Robert Wynn. That's senior coming out of here. He's moving the chains up quickly to both drivers. Now, we have not seen the hard racing mentality of Robert Wynn in quite some time. But tonight, it is a different story. He's doing a great job keeping his distance and keeping it close to the pack, akin to the field. Looked like he might have something coming up for him here in the later half of this run. Pepsi Challenger number 22, Stephen Clegg here, inside run off of the 9, Eli, the Wild Child, Valvoline Ford F-150. Giles trying to defend off his old rival and friend there, and Clegg trying to give him something to work with and something to think about. Meanwhile, Dan the Man Starner, who, you know, he's always up for a good Italian sub around these parts here. He's currently still hanging out with these guys. I don't know if they get any Italian subs down here, though. I think that they serve up as a nice little good meat and good sandwich around here, too. Whoa! Eli the Wild Child sent around there out of turn number 1. You saw it on the onboard camera here. Great camera angle there, actually catching the action. But Childs, the first victim here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And honestly, I did not tell from that angle what went wrong. It looked like maybe it was a little too close to comfort for him and Clegg. That's kind of what you'll run into occasionally in the hard track racing surfaces. Doesn't matter how short or big, it will happen. Looks like Childs might have brought it down slightly on Clegg. I don't know if Clegg raised it up a little bit on him or who got who, but we'll take one more look at it. This is the smoking gun right here. And definitely Clegg was driving up a little too close for comfort. I think the problem is when you're trying to run a track like this is you're trying to set that top line up to then bring it back down to the bottom. And if you don't have a runoff there, you can't really get much of that way of speed going there for you. And that's exactly what happened there, unfortunately, to Clegg and the Wild Child. While they had to now abort their strategy, and everyone's gonna have to figure out their other chances here. Looks like everyone's gonna head into pit road. So while they get that taken care of, we'll cut it to our commercial break as well with a little word from our sponsor. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, is presented in part by our good friends over at Green Mountain Grills. If you need the best wood-fired pellet grills on the market, there is only one brand and name you can trust with, and that is with Green Mountain Grills. They are the finest and the brightest when it comes to their manufacturing and their comfort when it comes to cooking and barbecuing at home. So be sure to take a look at them at greenmountaingrills.com. And also check out their social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram handles, so you see all their latest product line and info. So our field getting ready to stretch them back out onto the track here. And we're going to go ahead and bring it down in with the drivers right out of the gate. First up on our roster from 3 Wide Motorsports, the Marauder, James Harris. Harris, how are you, sir?
Pretty good, Christian. How you doing?
We're doing all right. So for right now, the Kenny Wallace, number 4, currently having a pretty good field day here. He had a little battle there with Mr. Fornshell, but now he's going to get kind of sent back a little bit. You got a little time to catch your breath here. What's going to be at stake here for you and the crew?
Yeah, man, that was a pretty good battle there with old Richard. That's what's fun about this track is you can run middle, low, or high. Running low is kind of hard on low tires to pass, but you can make it work. But you know, we've had so much bad luck this season, man. We're just trying to pace ourselves and stay out of trouble and hopefully get a good finish. Just trying to see what we got with tire wear for this last run. Just trying to get a good test session going and give them hell here in a little bit.
Well, we'll see if you can do just that, and then some. There's certainly a lot of laps to be had. So, Harris, best of luck down here in Atlanta.
10-4, appreciate it. We're going to try to do the best we can with a Square G truck tonight.
The Square G truck. Let's go. All right. The Marauder James Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Never one to steal the party, but he certainly is one to definitely make the best out of nothing here. Speaking of Southern Speed Motorsports, let's take a look down now and talk here with Mr. Brock Whitehead. Brock, you right now currently are up 9 spots from where you started at earlier today. How is the truck holding for you so far?
Oh, it's feeling really good. I burned the right front up there. Is at 59, yeah. And so I need to kind of calm it down a little. But yeah, we had a good battle, and then man, I felt bad because I was pushing really hard and I almost got into Sheldon, so he had to back it down. But I'm glad we didn't wreck the two of us.
I know there's going to be a lot of hard, close corner racing here. We saw that with just what happened with the first caution here, but nevertheless here, how hard do you think you're going to have to back this thing down? Do you think you're going to just let it loose some more?
I think I'm gonna just have to let off just a little more than I was. I think I was letting off a quarter throttle, and I'll probably back it down to halfway and let it roll a little more and slowly get back on the gas instead of just fully getting back on it in the middle of the turns. So.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, man, you looks like you got it all wrapped up and ready to go. We'll let you get it back down on the track.
Okay, thank you.
Brock Whitehead, ladies and gentlemen, taking the time to talk with us here. Race fans, we're getting settled back in for the green flag restart. We'll let the drivers kind of get things dialed up again. Eli the Wild Childs and Steve Clay getting into it there. And Clay is going to take the EOL. He'll go to the outhouse. Childs back out with a fresh coat of paint and a fresh truck on the track. We'll see if that does him some good here and keeps him in play and in bounds for this restart here. Nathan Meyer will be the restart pole setter here. And, well, you know, I was not alive during this generation when these two went at it, but this right here is probably one of the more famous battles and rivalries of the 90s, if I ever saw it myself. Especially the late 90s. Gordon and Earnhardt schemes, and they are side by side. Meanwhile, another rival of Earnhardt's, old Elliott, behind him, and even Kenny Wallace's scheme in there. You got a whole list of rows here. Obviously, most know the other Wallace there when it came to dealing with Earnhardt, but nevertheless, it's just still an awesome look to see and an awesome run to come off with. Here we go to the green flag restart, and we're off and running with this Eddie fan trying to take early advantage on Meyer. Whoa, but that's not going to stop these drivers from getting a little too wild. Trouble down there for Garth Snyder, the 88, as well as Kevin Ward. Both drivers coming to a dead halt here. Ward getting the worst of it. Not sure if he's taking the honorary NPR movement here tonight, but that's not going to be the same spot I think he was looking to be in. Looked like he just looked like he had to back off, was about ready to hit the wall protection there, got himself in a bit of a rough spot. Hard to really say from that angle. Looked like he just kind of got into a bit of a pickle there. We'll take another look at it. You can see right here, he was pretty close trying to avoid the wall, swerve off, and then Snyder, you see the 88 just kind of taking him in and under his wing and into the wreck zone he went. What a tough break there for him and the crew. Obviously, it's going to slow him back down a bit and bring him back to reality, if you will. So our drivers will lead him back around and get things settled back down onto the track. Let's go ahead and take it down here and have a little word in with one of our drivers who we haven't heard from him in a while, so let's bring him in. They're returning once again in the Truck Series. That's old Wild Child, Eli Child's bringing it back on board. And Child's good to see you back here. Still rocking, of course, that loving memory of Hannah and Cash there and that helmet there, brother.
Yeah, man, we're had a night off here. Thought we'd come out and join these old truck boys for a night.
You certainly have returned with a vengeance, but it looked like you and your old rival Clay getting into it. They're coming off of turn one. What happened there as you were fighting it out?
Just old tires. I think he pushed up and took me out. It wasn't intentional. You know, we're Cup teammates on Tuesdays, so I don't think it was on purpose.
I'm sure there, but nevertheless, so as you try to finish this one out, how hard is it going to be to really get back up to the top spot here and really take up some of these guys?
It's going to be pretty challenging. We had a qualifying lap that should have got a second, but just slightly brushed the wall, so it didn't count. So we're kind of coming up from the back here, and it's extremely hard to pass on new tires with everybody running too wide. So we'll see what we can do.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Childs, appreciate coming on board here tonight. We'll see what happens with you and the crew.
Appreciate it.
Eli, the Wild Child, coming on board here tonight with us here. We'll keep it going down here as we're going to now bring in another driver of ours here, driving the number 35. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Meeks now joins us in. And Tyler, right at this moment, currently in 9th place and dealing with the added pressure of the battles you've dealt with earlier on. How difficult it is really to move around this kind of track and kind of get some momentum going.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's like a multi-lane track, but it's like hard to pass here at the same time. Take the inside, you can't really get a run off, and they leave you down the back straight. Same thing on the front.
For sure there. And I know we've seen Janzik and Meyer working together up front. Have you been trying to get in touch with maybe one of the other guys here on your team with Olsen Performance?
Yeah, I was running the low side, the low line last stage, I guess you could call it, and they've been running the top, so I'm going to change my lineup real quick and save some more tires, hopefully.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Meeks obviously a lot more racing to go, so we'll see what happens for you and your team.
Thank you.
Tyler Meeks there, the Camping World number 35 here, looking to tame and make pace. We'll go ahead and talk back here a little bit with some of our other drivers here. We'll talk with Mr. 15 himself, Jason Taylor, now leaning on the charge here. Shake and Bake Racing, he's number 15, now joins us in. All right, he joins now real quick here. Shake and Bake with Jason Taylor. And Taylor, obviously, Shake and Bake right now going to be needing a little bit of slingshots to get around this track, isn't it? Jason, got a copy? He might have his mic in a little bit of a kickle there, folks. We'll go ahead and bring him back in there. Leave him be for now. So while we go ahead and restart the field back up in position, we'll let him refire him off and get ready to get back to the action here. Still a lot of hard racing to be had, still in to go. Greg Janzik, Nathan Meyer, once again, they will be your two runners up front. Last time they were at it here together, remember, it was literally a matter of pit strategy and fuel strategy for these drivers. They worked it all the way to the very, very end and ended up working perfectly the way they needed it to. Peter Munitz coming on board here tonight, saying new here and new to iRacing. Peter, great to have you on board, and welcome, sir. If this is your first time on the channel, and I'll mention before, guys, just be sure to follow us up here on Facebook, head over to our YouTube and subscribe there so you never miss any of our races or any of our live feed racing. Certainly appreciate you guys coming on board and hope you enjoy the show. And Peter, if you got any questions about the iRacing you see right now, please let us know in the comments section down below. We'll try to answer them as best we can. While we call the action color coverage here, leading him down off the charge. Janzik gets the early advantage here, rocking his 40. Good wrench, I was going to call the good wrench service machine. It's the Champion Power Equipment service machine up to the early lead. Meanwhile, right behind him here, some other heavy hitters coming through to the pack, trying to pull him off. Black Sheep Firearms number 82, Brock Whitehead leaning in, kind of giving himself some room and position to get up there with the field. Fresh tires definitely testing out the best of these guys and really giving them something to think about here. But they'll have to do a lot more than just that. They're going to have to really keep a close eye on positions and grounds here and make sure they got good clearance to make it in with this field. On board the Tractor Supply Company there, number 24 there of Stephen Pless. As he is starting to make his rounds a little bit, back up one spot, started in 14th, currently in 13th with Sean Boundy. Kind of the odds-on guy to keep your eye on here because he's been kind of that dark horse, if you will. You just never know what to expect of him. Whereas this guy, well, I think by now we all know what to expect with him. He's either going to put on a show or he's going to end up putting on a show. There's only one way to go around it with the actor. There really isn't anything else we can guess with him. You just never know when he's going to pop up. You never know what he's going to do and where he's going to go with it. He just drives the way he wants to, and he just gives it everything he's got and then some with a little bit of showmanship in himself. They say Bowman's a showman. I think Thacker might got him beat there, to be honest with you. Firing back around out of turn 4 there on the front straightaway. Drivers now kind of have to figure out a way to get around the tight corners and those tight edges here. A lot of openings and bad spots to be put into. The Mullet Man, Robert Lawrence, is number 5 machine, currently trying to blast his way ahead and get out of trouble zone. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Drivers all over the place here. Caution comes out here. Problems down there for looks like the number 8 of Sheldon Pearson. Drivers trying to evade and get out of the way. I'm not really sure what happened to the PM and Sons number 8 Silverado, but we'll take a look at it from the PTM Instant Replay. This just goes to show you too how quickly things can change on a dime here. Watch right here. Comes around and looky here. Plus gets tagged in by Ball, and Pearson was trying to evade and trying to avoid the carnage, and instead he finds himself on the receiving end. Look, the right front tires jammed up. They locked badly. He manages to straighten it out, but a power steering failure may be in order. He's going to have to get a little bit of work done on that truck to get it back out to tip-top shape here if he wants to hang in with these guys. Boy, what a tough break there, and a lot of hardship here coming for him and his crew. Obviously not what he wants to see here at all. We'll take it down now here at Freedom Mullet Racing. We're going to chat in with the Mullet Man, Robert Lawrence. He now joins us in here real quick here. And Robert, right now, currently, you were up in a great battle there earlier on with the Marauder, and now kind of having to charge your way back up from pit road up to the front. Currently in 8th. How is the truck handling up there?
It's handling all right. I kind of slipped through my pit stall on pit road there, so it might have panicked a little bit trying to get it back in stall to take service. So I've made up a couple of spots here, so hopefully I can keep charging up.
For sure there. Now, we've heard everyone else say already that it's hard to pass. It's hard to really make any maneuvers around here. But really, how much of the sun and really the kind of the heat does it take for these tires to really burn them off real quick and really get yourself into more of a headache than it really needs to be?
Oh, it is really, really easy. I mean, a little bit of tighter info here, but after that first run, my tires were already down to 67, and that was 25 laps. So it's you burn them quick here. It's just like you would expect watching the real races.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Fornchell, as you continue to keep it up with the real race and all the action here, we certainly hope nothing but the best and that things can work out for you.
Appreciate it. Take care.
You too. Richard Fornchell, ladies and gentlemen, as we now will go ahead and, we'll give him the spotlight. But let's just let him in, guys. Let him in. Thacker.
Hello!
Oh, God.
How are you?
Producers, why did you let him in? I already knew as soon as we brought him in it was a bad idea.
Yeah,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm a man mad. Oh, he's gonna get me. That turd.
What are you two doing?
I've been beating him to the cone, and he's getting angry. So.
Oh, okay, I get it. You know, he's not like the fact he's taking the cone first. He's saying, wait a minute, I can take the cone first too, you know.
Yeah, he said that's his cone. So man slammed it over there. 'Cause he is a man slammer.
Oh my goodness. Well, one of these days we gotta put like some kind of little pop-up text that just says in your mind, it's like, is there a cone in my way? I'm gonna take it.
I'll do it. How y'all been? How's the race been?
Well, we've been pretty much enjoying it over there. What about you? It seems like you've made some good spots up here, moving up 8 spots throughout the field.
I can't qualify, but I love the track. So yeah, I hope to finish at least the top 10, maybe 5th, 4th, or something. Something goes my way. But I love this track.
Yeah, certainly do indeed, my friend. Well, nevertheless, we appreciate you coming on board and having our nice little talk here, Thacker. If you do wreck, you can feel free to jump in the booth as usual.
I was gonna say, I'll see you in 3 laps when I get dumped now because you pulled me into the chat. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Maybe the curse is broken, I can quote some accelerometers or something like that. I don't know.
Celeronicals.
Acceleronicals. Well, see, there I go. I messed it up, so I guess the curse is coming. Do I just pull over now?
I don't know. I just know I'm trying to keep it professional and not laugh too hard on camera.
I hear you breaking up over there.
Yeah, let's just let you back in. You had some luck, Thacker.
Hey, well, remember, a man who trades speed for stability deserves neither.
Fair enough.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
He is something else. This is why I need a co-host, so I can try to stay somewhat under control before these guys come into town. Thacker is something else. All right, let's get back to the action here, race fans. We're back underway. Also, just heads up, Peter saying, no sir, not this time. I'm part of the GTR Racing Simulator Response program, still learning the roads out until I recover from ankle fusion, being done on the road recovering. Wow, it's pretty crazy to think that, Peter, but man, hopefully everything goes well for you, and we certainly wish you nothing best of luck, and hopefully you have tuned in as well on Sunday nights as well, because GTR Racing Simulator actually proudly presents those Pedal to the Metal Racing League Cup Series drivers, so be sure to catch them when they come on board. They'll return at Pocono come next Sunday night, so stay tuned for that. Speaking of road course style racing, Sean Bounty back out in the fight and back in the zone here. We've nicknamed him the Bounty Hunter for a reason, because when he comes out on that track, you just know he is a man on a mission, looking to claim the bounty of the #1 spot. And he is certainly doing that, and then some in the Zenoa Toyota Tundra. Firing off in the distance and every which way in between. Every driver looking to hang in there and give it all they got here, looking to keep distances and chances alive. We talked about Robert Wynn earlier, Ron. Well, here's his son, Robert Wynn Jr. A little bit back in the pack here, still progressively, I presume, still rocking a little bit of that Venom scheme out there. Yep, it's still Venom. It's still working. I guess he is making sure the symbiote down there is still attached to his truck and still attached to him, but unfortunately the symbiote has not been the fast, out of control maniac. I could say it's a little bit more of carnage than anything. You just can't predict what it's going to do. Just about ready to reach halfway point here. Earlier on, we had a great start to this race and an event. Look out down there. The Man Beast getting sent to the Shadow Realm. Gets it straightened back out. Meeks as well, but unfortunately, looks like maybe Trey Whitehead was a little bit intervened there. The 90 Richard Fronchell avoiding trouble. Could have been a very disastrous moment for these drivers where they managed to stay in play and stay in bounds. Thankfully for us, there is no yellow line around these parts, so thank goodness for that. A lot of craziness and wacky situations kind of popping up in between. Drivers really just hoping for the best to stay out of trouble, if you will. Jason Taylor, one of them as well. The Chevrolet Silverado number 15 machine currently moving the chains up there. Rubber winning number 16 Metallica design truck there in that Ford F-150. Well, they're all doing a good job holding their own and maintaining speed, but the man they're trying to knock off the top of the totem pole is again Nathan Meyer. And once again, Greg Zanifield-Jantic helping out another teammate there in these Olsen Performance crew. Kind of crazy to think here, but really those two have been pretty much the equalizers on the track, no matter where they go and where they've been. Coming down across the ledges here through turns number 1 and 2. Here, look at the speed garnered by that number 5, the Mullen Man, Robert Lawrence, looking for the inside run off the Marauder, James Harris. The Marauder has been bad fast, bad tough every time he comes out on the track, but he said point blank earlier, and you all agree with him, he's had nothing but bad luck in these races and in these moments, but it seems like it may be coming around a little bit. Halfway point reached. Time is going to be of the essence. Every lap counts. And you just know as well as anything, they are getting a little bit feisty and a little dicey down there. Here comes Brock Whitehead, the 82, another driver from the Southern Speed Motorsports crew. Him and Christian Wilcox, Randy Cawthon, and the Man Beast, William Mann Jr. pulled that team up and its foundation members. A lot of ground clearance on a lot of drivers, just kind of moving through the chains and moving through the field when they can here. Obviously, there's a lot at stake here, not just out on the track, but obviously with each other, knowing that they are going to have a long season ahead of them still to fight it out with. Looks like Lawrence looking for a big corner off. Whitehead's just lifting him slightly ahead. At the speeds gained in and grounded, certainly clear it up. Peter saying roger that, and thank you, sir. Can't wait to get back on the track. Looking forward to get the W. That's from Peter Mullins from earlier. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look out down there at turn 2. Big wreck ensuing for our drivers and big collision course. Multiple intervened and involved. Robert Wynn, Russ Kilgore in there. Let's see, looks like 31 Randy Cawthon's involved. Oh my. That's a huge wreck to say the least here. We'll take a look at the PTM Instant Replay presented in part by Green Mountain Grills, but what the heck happened here? Taking another look at it from another angle here. I think we may see these drivers get kind of collided in here a little bit on the later half of that run. Looks like it happens right up front there. Robert Wynn gets collided in. You can see Sheldon Pearson trying to avoid trouble, but ends up finding himself on the receiving end of that one. Sorry for the little technical difficulty there. Alright, we'll see real quick another look at it here. This is from our blimp cam here. Take a close look when we go into the left side here. Watch very closely on that left corner there. Bam! Drove it right up. I think that might have been Robert Wynn Jr. involved in there. So all involved there, getting out and about and put back onto the track. Thankfully, no driver is completely tearing apart or injured, if you will, but certainly a lot of broken hearts, if you will, kind of engaged there. Everyone coming up with their own strategies and strategizes to come out with, and they'll fire them off once again. And how about this? John Thacker, he's going to get the fastest of the pit stops compared to everybody else. He actually beats out Jantic, Myers, Meyer, Harris, and Lawrence. We'll take it down now and have a little listen in here with another Southern Speed Motorsports crew member here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in our first winner of the season from Daytona, the Atlanta Speedway driver, Christian Wilcox. Now, Wilcox, here tonight, obviously, this is your home track, your home field. How much pressure did that kind of bring in here tonight with this place?
I wouldn't say it's any pressure. I'll just treat it like any other race. But I do feel very confident in my abilities to be fast on the long run. So I'm praying that we have little cautions left, and I can show off some long run speed and be up there at the front when it matters.
For sure. Now, I have to ask you, with that long run speed, how is it to get that kind of speed and much less that kind of momentum? Because I got to think it would be pretty difficult to even keep up with.
I give at the beginning and I take at the end. If people are much faster on the short run, burn up their tires. I'll save some rubber and catch them on a long run.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Wilcox, sounds like you've got a pretty good understanding of what you want and what you're at stake with. So best of wishes and luck for you and your crew.
Thanks, bub.
Southern Speed Motorsports looking to do just that and then some. So let's have another listen in here. We're going to go ahead and talk with our friendly neighborhood Man Beast, William Mann Jr. here. Kind of concludes this one out. Man Beast, earlier on I dealt with Thacker on that whole cone situation. Now he's ahead of you. I don't know how you feel about that or what's going on exactly between you two.
I don't know. I feel like he's being a cone bully and I'm sick of it, first off. Let that be known. No, I feel good about the race, man. I feel like I got good long run speed. I'm glad that guys stayed out or took 2 tires. That makes me happy anywhere in my body, head to toe. Because the might be able to slow down a couple of those guys that are a little bit faster. And as long as we don't all die this freaking restart, it's going to be enjoyable.
Well, about to say, obviously these restarts can be a bit tricky, but really, how many times do you think some of these guys are going to get a little too incompetent, kind of really spin the tires out on the re-go?
I don't know, man. I've gotten pretty lucky to where I could get a good view of what's going on. I'm just really hoping these guys, these older tires, don't shoot themselves in the foot and take us all to the grave with them.
Well, if you want to stay out of the Shadow Realm, there's only one way to do it, and that's just to drive to survive, sir. So, best wishes and luck.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, man. The Man Beast trying to outplay the bully of the Cone Lines Matter group. Obviously, saw Brock Whitehead's little statement earlier. He is very much on the Cone Lines Matter movement. He wants to represent them in all of its glory, but Dakar is the opposite. He does not care for them. On this restart here, Zach Derrick is going to be your pace setter. And Dakar will be on the outside. This is going to really be a test. This is going to really test Dakar and Derrick, in my opinion. Derrick stayed out with the way his tires are and the way his fuel run is. Dakar went in and only got 2 sets and got out quickly. But how is that going to play in and really favor into this thing? Here we go now, on to the restart here. Green flag flies. That's what I was worried about. Dakar could not get the truck to stay about. No! And Sean Bounty goes for a ride and a half there. The 34 Zanoa gets sent to the Shadow Realm and back. Everyone back it down, back it down. That's the worry. You heard the Man Beast even call it right before we even went to the restart. Would this happen? It did indeed. The restart was not what Thacker wanted. Spun the tires. We were wondering if that would happen. Every driver for themselves here, obviously, and trying to evade trouble, but it was not to be. Bounty getting the worst end of the stick here. Oh boy. Take a look at it here. It looked like he was out of control with the grassy plains. Opened up his own lawn care service, and that ended up just spinning himself out completely. And now has the added pressure of trying to work in that throttle rhythm and that control. Well, right now, Jess Ruckerberg coming on board here, rooting on for the Wild Child, Eli Childs down here, and I gotta believe right now he's probably happy knowing that he's moving the chains up a little bit, but I don't think he's too happy these guys are wrecking out as much as anything. But we'll talk with 3Y Motorsports now, and another driver from that camp as Josh Ball joins us in. And Ball, right now, I don't know what kind of force powers you were using with that Vader helmet on, but whatever you did, it ended up working perfectly to get you up about 2 more spots there.
Yeah, luckily we were able to make it through that mayhem and get a couple spots, but we're back up in 5th, so doing pretty good. Just got to save tires, basically.
For sure. Now, obviously, fuel run, how are we looking there? Is it going to be enough to really kind of deepen this track in and finish it out, or is it going to really just matter on those tires?
I can make it at this point, so it should be interesting. If we get another caution, though, I'll kind of throw it out the window.
Well, try not to throw it out the window, man. There's one thing you don't want to do around here, but nevertheless, we do appreciate coming on board, and our best wishes and luck here with you and the crew.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Ball there, and the number 6 for 3Y Motorsports. Let's take it down now and talk with Shaken Bake Racing League here, and we're going to talk with Steve Clegg in the number 22. He's kind of hanging around back here still. He's not out of this one just yet, but Clegg, definitely not the race start you were looking for. He got into it earlier with the Wild Child, and the truck's been struggling to keep up. What's been going on down there?
Yeah, I've been stuck in the back here and getting into every little mess there's been, so it's been a frustrating night.
Yes, indeed here, but obviously you're not giving up. Obviously still giving it the old college try. I think that's how they say it these days.
Oh yeah, we'll stick it out. See where we finish.
For sure, then. But nevertheless, though, if they have one thing that could strategize to win, what would it be to kind of finish this one in?
Well, with all these cautions, I've been getting fuel on every time I get a chance. So if this goes green, I have some extra fuel at least.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, extra fuel and an extra little thing or two to burn up may be the saving grace. We'll see what happens for you and your team, Craig.
I hope so. Thank you.
Steve Clegg, ladies and gentlemen, number 22 here, hoping for the best and hoping for a bit of a break or two. Take it down now, talk with one of his other teammates here. We'll go ahead and listen in with Trey Whitehead. Now, Trey, I know it has been a while since we've really heard from you and your thoughts about how you've been in the truck series. Obviously, the Cup was kind of a big priority, but the trucks seem like you've been kind of figuring out more as you go, up 19 spots. What's really going to boil down to you and your strategy with the team?
Don't leak this information, but if we get another yellow, I think we can make it on fuel if I pit again. So
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, we'll try to explore that category of it, but mainly it's just trying to take care of the right front because it gets real tight after about 7 laps. Slowly making my way up. I had some trouble earlier on in the race, so I don't even have a faster pair, but hopefully nothing happens and we can hang on and try to get a top 5 or even a win. So.
I'm not saying nothing because I obviously cannot keep my broadcaster curse to myself sometimes, so I'm trying
I appreciate it.
So I'm trying to keep it out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, as you get back to the restart here, our best wishes of luck here. Shake and Bake tries to hang in there to the end.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Triple Trey, he came to play Whitehead, ladies and gentlemen, as we're now ready to bring these drivers back out onto the field, back out on the track. Time for another restart here. And the last restart really was faltered because of the unfortunate circumstances with the 56 of Thacker. Now he finds himself on the row 2 end of it. Will he have another situation pop up? I know he was going for that long haul, but that spin on the tires kind of ruined everything for him. Will he be able to learn from his mistake? Off the restart. Better restart. Everyone's a little more in control. Looks like they learned their lesson. And they're going to let him go. 3 wide salute off a corner 2. Forachel getting a great jump. Around Triple Trey, came to play Whitehead. Meanwhile, behind him, Christian Wilcox and Tyler Meeks kind of engaged to the front. Just give you an idea just how quick and how semblance these drivers can assemble in. Any semblance of speed and control is really going out the window here, and look out, we're going to have a fight on our hands. Here comes a slider from the top to the bottom, from the heavens above. The Marauder throws the haymaker, but Janzik saw it come and defends him. Good defensive work by the 40, but the 4 of the Marauder does not quit so easily. He's looking to try to gain ground on him and take it away from him. Meanwhile, our blaster master, the man of the hour in the 5, trying to push the pedal straight down in the middle and go for a runoff here. Hoping for everything he can. Really, to me, it's just kind of impressive to see how well everyone's been kind of handling their nerves after the occasional restarts. But again, those first couple starts where everyone was pretty clean, pretty nifty, that's really seemed like it kind of went out the window. Now it's been more or less just kind of staying alive, if you will, with the truck and making sure you don't damage up anything else. It's extremely easy to do, and it happens even to the best of them if you're not careful out there. Track position going to start to be garnered up a bit, and really it's going to matter just how long can they go before it really time running's out on them. Eli the wild shot here, still back in there with the Valvoline crew, trying to hang in there with the truck series drivers here. You can see just how much obviously emotions are still running high with him and his family obviously, but still he making himself looking very good considering what he's got emotionally going on as well as mentally down there. I think as well, really, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, I feel like emotions really either make or break some of the drivers. I won't lie up front, and I told my best friend about this too, and I told her point blank, like, yeah, I get it. I'm an emotional driver. I like to drive with my emotions on my sleeve. It's just one way to really kind of keep me focused, kind of keep me on track. Yeah, get a little hooping and hollering every now and then, get a little loud, but it's like, that's just the emotions. That's that feeling. And I've always said it before, and I'll say it again. There is nothing more impressive to me than someone who drives with their emotions and can really keep up with the distances and keeping up with the times and the game and the speeds. Really, that's one thing we really miss these days, I feel, in NASCAR or even in the normal series here with iRacing, is just some folks just don't quite have that personality traits that, you know, really can translate out on the track. And again, a lot of it just has to do with the amount of focus, the amount of control that comes with trying to haul around these 2-ton beasts or these 3-ton beasts, depending on how you look at it. Either way, these things are heavy pieces of equipment. These things about 1.5 tons of weight to have to track around the track, and obviously it definitely makes up for a distance or two. Kevin Kashur backing out here tonight, so he is going to be calling it a quits here for now. Good to see him back on board, though. We'll see him tomorrow night as well with Champion Fire coming Cup Series. This driver's now trying to find a line, trying to find an angle. Oh boy, look out back there. Maneuvering, maneuver. Oh, they helped him straight, but Jancic got a big break there because of that little bobble from Josh Ball. Ball and him really have been giving each other absolute warfare and straight up hell as of late. They are not care for each other on the track, but they certainly love to race each other. That's one thing I've noticed. Punching the line off there on the outside skirts. Drivers were in the middle and the bottom earlier. Now it's a complete opposite. Look at Brock Whitehead starting to draft off a bit. Look out though for the Mullen man, Robert Lawrence. Trying to bring it back. Shave it. Drifts it through. Nicely done. Nope, it's not going to save it. Can't save it. Trying to save it. I thought he was going to lose it again. No, he's going to bring it around onto the front straightaway. Backs it down. Gear in and gear off. And no caution. Good driving on his end, but unfortunately lost a lot of ground and time here. Time running out here, and now that gap that Jancic had a minute ago. Yeah, that went the way of the dodo bird. I think honestly the one thing I'm kind of getting reminded of with Atlanta is it has that tendency to be kind of what I saw with the Next Gen Cup Series last Sunday afternoon when we watched Joe Sixpack Racing League come out with the Next Gen Series. You saw them kind of staying closer together, kind of staying in that pack, but they were using that draft line more than anything to help push each other around and up to the front. That's the same vibe I'm getting here with Atlanta here tonight, is they're just kind of keeping more stable, more under pace, and more under control. But their drafting is really what's helping save the trucks and save themselves from losing too much ground. And if you're the leader, well, I will say this, it's got to be absolutely frustrating knowing that you can get so far up, but yet you're so close once again as well to just getting taken for a ride if you're not careful, or getting passed in either way. Nathan Meyer trying to get back up there with the field as caution flies once again here. We got a problem down here. Not sure where the caution came from. Not seeing any correct crux or anything like that on the track, so I'm presuming we're going to call this one the ghost caution. Maybe debris on the track? I don't know, has iRacing gone that far yet with these things? I mean, hey, it's just a thought here, guys. Debris does happen in racing, and honestly, if racing's trying to be as realistic as possible, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they put debris on the track, so... So our field ready to get wrapped back around here. We'll have a little listen in with some of our other drivers here. Go ahead and have a listen here with another mid-pack racing crew driver in George Young. There he is now, ladies and gentlemen. George Young now coming onto the board here. And Young, been a bit of a field day for you in NPR, but Thacker's restart unfortunately kind of slowing a lot of the guys up, and I think including you, but how well is the truck still holding up?
Well, I'm about to do exactly what Thacker did right here, so I might upset a few guys myself, but...
Well, I was wondering what you were up to there.
We We got to do what we got to do these days. So see how this works out.
Obviously, you're trying to go for a little bit more of that long-term run, or what's the strategy going here?
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do there. I believe Russ was also. So we really hope we weren't going to get a caution there. But, hell, it is what it is. I mean, I shouldn't be too bad here. My tires aren't that old, I don't believe. So we'll see what happens.
We certainly will see what happens indeed. But nevertheless, George, appreciate you coming on board here. We'll see what transpires for the rest of this race.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Young, the number 48 driver here from the Mid-Pack Racing crew, coming on board here to talk with us here tonight. We'll now take it down here as well and have a listen in with the Oval Sim Performances crew. We'll have a listen with the last week's winner here and the number 1, Mr. Nathan Meyer, joining us in now. Nathan, obviously I know we're throwback scheming it here tonight, but at least you kind of kept with the same DuPont style for most of the series in here so far. And that race win last week really made the difference for you and the crew.
Yeah, man, we got the Rainbow Warriors on the crew today, man. We definitely got the fastest car. Unfortunately, some guys stayed out, and they spun the tires, and I got some damage, so it fell back. But got a clean truck, and we got 6 cars to pass.
You certainly did indeed. Now, obviously, tires going to be a big factor. Car going to be a big factor when it comes to handling for the truck handling for the later half. But with this last many laps as you guys got left, well, how many do you think is going to really start to try to push it when it comes to that final 15 or even right now?
Yeah, I think they're going to push early. We got, 4 guys on old tires in the top 4 here, so it's going to be dangerous. I think there's going to be another caution, so watch out for it.
We will watch out for anything around here because, again, PTM Racing TV and anything motorsports-wise, you never expect anything but the unexpected. So, all right, man, we'll let you go ahead and figure it out here and get things dialed up once again with the Oval Sim Performance.
All right, thanks, man.
Nathan Meyer, ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 here, looking for another W and another distinct trip to victory lane for his roster. When we come back, race fans, this one is going to get wrapped up one way or another, but which one of these drivers is going to walk away with the W? Find out when we return here on PTM Racing TV. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, is presented in part by our good friends over at Green Mountain Grills. When you guys need the best wood-fired pellet grills on the market, there is only one branded name you can trust. It is with the good friends at Green Mountain Grills. Be sure to check them out on greenmountaingrills.com as well as their social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as check out their local listings and local products that they present to and through. Thank you from the Fast and Fun Green Mountain Grill Cup Truck Series for their support and their help throughout the season's events. So, field is ready to stack them back up. They're ready to get back to it. Back into the swing of things. 22 laps will remain on the restart. And boy, has it certainly been a field day and a half for another fight off with everyone in between. But which one of them will end up walking away with the W? Driving them back around now, ready to get fielded back into position here. We are looking for the restart zone. Off the green flag restart we go, and yet again, there's that trouble we were worried about, and that's happening again. Gonna keep it straight and get him off the restart at least. Ward gonna stay to the outside, out of trouble. They're gonna pile guys left and right, and this yet again just goes to show you, when you're battling for a championship, you're battling for a win, you will do things that many guys may not appreciate, but you have to do what you gotta do to win. Oh, watch out down for the 15 into the man beast. Oh, he saved it. Got it saved. Can they keep it green? They have not thrown yellow. No yellow yet. No yellow. They're staying under the green. They're going to race it. Janzik with the advantage, though, racing them out with Brock Whitehead and Fortune trying to gain ground on them. I think Janzik's very well aware now that he knows if he does not get up to a little further of a start, he could be in trouble These guys have been pushing their speeds all night long on him, and they've been really giving him something to think about throughout this event. Sean Bounty, despite the fact he got eclipsed in that first restart with that spin tire situation, now he's kind of found his rhythm and his runoff yet again. Maintaining distance, maintaining control, looking at maybe play spoiler yet again and knock down the Zanny fam. Little bashing, bumping and banging around these parks. Christian Wilcox getting a piece of it too. The 48 of George Young lost a lot of ground time there. Young still searching for his first ever win on PTM Racing TV. I don't think he's going to find that tonight. Not the way this field is. This is just way too much experience on the track. You got to give him credit though where credit's due. At least he gave it everything he had and then some. Lining him back around now. Tyler Meeks at 35. Camping World, number 35 Chevrolet Silverado. Hoping for the best, hoping for any kind of help he can get. But the Wild Child, Eli Childs, moving 17 up. Strong showing from him in his return to the Truck Series. Obviously, it's not a full-time gig. He's only off tonight, and we don't know if we will have him back next week. We hope we see him very, very soon. He certainly puts on a show when he gets out on this series. Every one of these drivers really put on a show. In my opinion, they give it everything they can and put up everything on the track time and time here. Laps winding down, no gimmies here. You either win it or you lose everything. Obviously, we're not racing for pinks, but we are racing for a little bit of that gaining ground. Jazik just fared up ahead here of Brock Whitehead, only by about 0.7 of a second here. 16 laps remain. I don't think that's enough though to hold off any charges if they can get them up to him. Southern Speed and Ovalson Motorsports are going to be put to their absolute maximum in their challenge here. Which one gives an inch first though? Hey, look at this now. Look out for Meeks here, the 35 Camping World Chevrolet. Really using some pit strategy and some timing into his game plan here. Great showing right now. Moving up into 6th. Big crossover there from the bottom to the heavens above. Mixed up ass on Josh Ball. Ball, I gotta believe now, trying to find a way around him again here. Field's starting to spread out a little bit. Guys starting to give themselves a little bit more breathing room, a little less time and energy to waste off. 15 laps to go. Obviously, this is going to be where things start to increase. You push the limits, you push everything to its full maximum potential and hope for the absolute best. Right up top side here, Fornchell giving himself plenty of room, making the moves left and right, hanging on for dear life here. He's going for everything he can, hoping for the best. There is so much on the line here. There is not enough to really just even grasp. The man beats Willie Man Jr., despite the fact he got kind of clipped and kind of sent to the Shadow Realm, he's been fighting it out still. And look out for the Marauder here, because James Harris is going to be put into company with his old rival. The Wild Child is gaining multiple runs and multiple gains on him. Into the field, even John Thacker even catching up there with the pack here. He's starting to use that strategy he was using earlier to full potential and hoping for the best. It's a very unique idea and a very good strategy from him, but again, is it going to work out enough towards his favor? That remains to be seen. Brock Whitehead getting a little bit closer up there to James. Like Brock has got a race win in these trucks before, but can he do it again? This could be a huge deal for him if he can score another W, and this one would be from Texas to Atlanta, but no, the caution's going to come out right where he didn't need it to. Troubles on that back straightaway for Josh Ball and Dan Starner. That was not what anybody was going to see coming, and I guarantee you that may have been the break for Janzik that he was looking for here. And Josh Ball finds himself on the receiving end of a troublesome situation. Here's a look at it. Look at this ball getting right into the wall protection here. Tries to get out of there, and unfortunately Starner was just too close for his own comfort and got taken for the ride. Everybody invading and slowing down for the most part, except for obviously the two that had wrecked, and Ball's calling it a day right there. I don't blame him. We're not going to bring any more drivers in. We're going to let them finish this race out. We did not talk with Janzik because, again, for the most part, we kind of had a feeling he'd probably be in this spot, so we let him be. We talked to him so often, not anymore. I don't think he really needs to be talked to that often, so. Someone said I should just have a replay button on here, so that way I know, like, every time I talk with him, I could just ask the same questions over and over again. He'll just give me a different response, knowing how much he talks, is what I was told. I thought it was pretty funny the way they kind of go on about it, but whatever. Well, if you heard me say it a second ago, we were watching this very, very closely. The speeds in the ground cleared for Brock Whitehead was definitely tremendous, and it was right there with Janzik's run. But now his laps and his momentum is cut off again, and now he has to try to hold on there. They will have to go one more time around, and then it'll be 7 laps remaining. The only way Brock is going to win this is if he gets a help from maybe the most unlikely of allies in James Harris. Meyer is going to work with Janzik. We know that much. He'll have a serious help in a points day there where he's in position. That could mean the difference between success or failure. Which do they decide? Brock, really, in my opinion, probably looks like he may have had the best speed out of the bunch. Now we don't know the full long term of Janzik's run here. He could have been laying off a little bit. Here we go. Double file them off. Restart engaged. Will this be their last chance? No burnt tires here. No slow tires on any of these guys. It's all fight and survive. And looks like the mullet man is going to take after the school of Thacker. Line them off, corners 3, and then fire them down into corners 4. One of these drivers is going to walk away with the W. Which one will it be? fire him off to the restart. This could mean the difference between success or failure for these drivers. To the restart we go. Whoa, there's drivers already walking him off the track. Jonathan Diamond involved in that one. He's in trouble. He's got major problems. No caution yet. There's not going to be a caution. No caution. They did not throw the caution. They're going to let him run it out. That was oh, there's a caution now. Well, a little bit later than ever, I would have said. I don't know if I agree with that at all. That was a really late caution. That should have been out way beforehand. Russ Kilgore involved. Stephen Pless. John the Diamond, as I mentioned. Let's take a look at this here and see what happened there. I don't even know where to begin with this one. I thought we had those tires kind of figured out, but the runs weren't quite there. Drivers couldn't get off the start here. Robert Wynn Jr. having troubles. Robert Lawrence getting major troubles. Diamond just kind of diamond out and diamond off. That's a horrible break there for everybody involved. Obviously, Charles Whitehead even getting clipped here from Russ Kilgore. Russ had a horrible start as well, so Robert Wynn Jr. and Russ Kilgore struggling to get off the line. Thacker's trying to evade as well, and looks like Whitehead just kind of got clipped in, didn't know where he was going at. Very unfortunate circumstances, and obviously drivers are not too thrilled about that. They wanted to get this one finished out on the best of terms. Now it's going to involve a green-white checkered restarts. I don't know if I agree with the iRacing officials. I think I would have probably gotten that caution out a lot sooner if they knew what was going out. Well, they ended up doing the right thing though and giving these drivers one more chance, but this is certainly going to be a tough road to follow. And there's going to be a lot of hard racing here between these guys to get this one finished out. Which one can finish it though, and who can survive this one out, because it's getting so tremendously hard for every driver to make their move and make their planes in position when they can. Obviously for a variety of reasons, but now this is kind of like their saving grace, their last opportunity to strike it big when they can. So here we go. One more lap around and then we get it to the green flag restart. 2 laps will remain. And right now, once again, we're kind of back where we started at with Janzik and Meyer. Last time Janzik gave Meyer the push and the hand to help he needed to get this win in. Will the same happen here? It's hard to say for sure. We don't even know, to be honest with you. We only know one thing's for sure, and that is nothing's for sure with these guys. They have a couple green-way checker attempts they can use, but they better be careful about it. They only have so many they can work off of. Here they come now. The chance is impeccable. The moments don't come often. One last opportunity, one last hurrah to try to survive and gain your first win or gain another win in this season. Points ever so close and tightening up every time we come out on the track. Will we see it again? is ready and they are set to go. They are going to bring them right around off our corners of turn number 2. And once again, Becker with his usual chicanery and his antics. Go figure there. I got a feeling though, man, these guys are getting real tensed up and ready for this restart. They know they have nothing left to lose and everything to gain. Can we finish this one off? Atlanta Motor Speedway is extremely cutthroat on those restarts we've noticed tonight. Will it happen again? They've got to stop those tires spinning, but it's just going to be a whole shot out of the gate. Drafting is only going to be so much for you. Restart engage. Here we go. They're going to pile a deck down a little bit, though we get out to a good restart. Drivers will let them run. Meyer could not get there with Janzik. Janzik is going to have to hope for the best because Whitehead's going to be pushing. Brock got a good jump off there. Using Myers a little bit of leverage here. Look out, here comes Brock Whitehead. 3 wide saluting there right on the back straightaway. Janzik knows he's in trouble. Got company coming for him. Janzik's going to have to deliver all the momentum he can on that full throttle assault. Charge him down. White flag is out. White flag in the air. One last opportunity. And a big trouble for the drivers in the back. We got Robert Wynn in the front straightaway, spinning it out. 3 wide salute. The Wild Child sneaking his way back into the position. Trying to make a last hurrah there. Make one last position off through the field. But coming off a turn 3. Down in turn 4. One last jump off. And Craig Janzik will hold off Brock Whitehead's run to the end. Teammate Nathan Meyer finishing 3rd, and the whole field right now is just coming to a dead heap stop. Everyone definitely tired and worn out from the hard racing that has progressed them here tonight. But for Craig Zanny Fam Janzik, a win that he feels he was owed last time out is now given to him here on PTM Racing TV with the help of his teammates, help of his crew, and really the work that he had to put in to the very, very end. He walks away with the W and the victory once more. And it's time for maybe a little celebration down in his camp. Awesome racing to end this one out. Great finish here. Let's take a look at the results. Top 10. Now, Danny Pham Janzik wins it. 2nd to Brock Whitehead. 3rd to Nathan Meyer. 4th will go to Richard Fornshell. 5th to James and Marauder Harris. 6th goes to Eli, a Wild Child. 7th to Tyler Meeks. 8th to Christian Wilcox. 9th to Sean Boundy. 10th will remain with Trey. Came to play Whitehead. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight. Take a look at our other finishers here as well. You can just see a whole laundry list of drivers that could have made it or braked it here tonight, but again, the powers that be of Atlanta Motor Speedway did not favor any of them as much as the others were. It was a hard run off and a hard charge here, but these drivers continued to struggle on those restarts and keeping themselves out of additional issues. But in the end of the day, give them credit where credit's due for fighting to the very, very end. Let's have a listen in now with your 3rd place finisher tonight, Nathan Myers. He joins me here real quick in the pit road section here. As you see your teammate down there kind of messing around with that 40 machine here, Meyer. Obviously, it probably was what you were hoping for to help out a teammate for getting you there to victory lane last time, right?
Yeah, man. Craig was gonna get the win there on that restart. I knew it. I was hoping to get 2nd, but Brock got a really good start. So we'll take it home 3rd. It's about my average finish in the trucks this year, so can't complain.
Can't complain at all. Obviously, it's going to help you without that points day and that points get possibly for something more coming up in the future. But you had a pretty much a wild restart to the end there. Brock Whitehead kind of sneaking ahead of you. At any point, did you think he was going to try to maybe catch your teammate?
Yeah, he pushed a little bit in the last corner, maybe tried to bump him a little bit, but the three of us all got mad respect for each other, so I don't think it was gonna be anything too wild there at the end.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, obviously coming away here with a solid finish and a big finish for you and the crew. So I have to ask you, as you walk away here with that in mind, who do you want to thank here tonight for this?
Yeah, Green Mountain Grills, Oval Sim Performance, and of course Champion as well, and just thanks you guys for putting this on.
I appreciate you coming on board here tonight, Nathan. Congratulations on a third place finish. We certainly hope to see you back out on the track very soon.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.
From Oval Sim Performance, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Meyer there in the number 1. Coming away here second, though, out of the Southern Speed Motorsports crew, the second place finisher is Brock Whitehead. Brock, we talked earlier today about this. Your strategy came into effect, and it certainly worked at the best of times, considering everything that transpired here to the very end.
Yeah, like I said, after that first run, my right front was pretty low, so I backed it down, and it clearly worked. I was actually catching Craig before that that one caution came out. I think it was like 90 with almost 10 to go. Yeah.
It did indeed.
But,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but good job to Craig. I know he's not my teammate, and we lined up on the start finish line there with Nathan, and we're just got a picture. Even though we're teammates on Tuesday nights, we can still get along on Monday nights too.
Yeah, I was about to say street awareness really kind of played into your factor and kind of gave you a little bit of help to the very end. So as you are walking away here tonight with a solid performance and a finish here, who do you want to thank here for this finish tonight?
I want to thank Champion or Green Mountain Grills for sponsoring the league. I want to thank all the admins, James and Eli and everybody else for doing the league. I want to thank you for broadcasting it, and Black Sheep's Firearms for sponsoring my truck.
I appreciate you coming on board here once again. Brock, congratulations on your second place finish. We certainly hope to see more of you in the near future, sir.
Yep, thank you.
From Southern Speed Motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Whitehead coming away with the second place finish, but the W belongs to the Zanny fam tonight. He brings it home this time around, and Janzik, you know, we were talking about 2 restarts ago. We saw Brock charging. He was catching you, but that restart kind of may have been a saving grace. But were you backing off a little bit just kind of save tires in case you needed the long run?
It was a nerve-wracking time. We knew that there were going to be those few real talented drivers on coming with fresh tires when we had that restart with, I don't know, maybe 10 to go. I forget exactly how many laps, but we knew that there was going to be, you know, they were going to be flying. Fornshell, Thacker, I forget the other 2 to be frank with you, but so that was scary, knowing that they were going to be full bore coming. Then we had, you know, we had to worry about Brock. Brock drove an amazing race. Brock is so good at mile and a half. It's not even funny. That's why I'm thrilled that he's on my cup team. Nathan's obviously always a threat everywhere. It doesn't matter where we go. And it's great that he's on both of my teams, which is amazing. But those are scary times. And I'm not, this is not my place. It hasn't been, at least. It has not been good to me. I've gotten screwed out of good finishes the last 3 times I've run this place, even not. I got killed out of a good finish at Road to Pro here too. So, yeah, this feels really good. This is like Atlanta Redemption, and the amazing throwback to Dale Sr. that James, the Marauder Harris, has made for me here tonight. Just awesome. I mean, just a really great race for Oval Sim Performance and me as an individual.
For sure, indeed. There, my man, as you're walking away here with the W. Of course, obviously, I know there's some people who want to thank you for this, so we'll let you get down to that.
For sure, man. Got to thank Champion Power Equipment for being on the truck and get this amazing. I mean, just look at that truck. I mean, that is beautiful, and it has so much meaning to it. So it means so much that I was able to get the win with it. And thank you to Green Mountain Grills for the league sponsorship. Thanks to you guys at PTM Racing TV, and thanks to the Free Beer and Hot Wings morning radio show as well. Listen to them between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday at freebeerandhotwings.com. And we're gonna go all-star racing in the third tomorrow.
Oh, we cannot wait. Well, at least I can't. We'll see how everything else plays out.
I can't either. Spoiler alert, I'm excited. I've had a lot of fun prepping for that race, and I don't know a thing about dirt, so gonna be great.
For the record, folks, I did not give him any tips, but nevertheless, Janzik, appreciate you coming on board here tonight. Congratulations again, man. We'll see you next time out.
Yes, the record is very truthful. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NFM Craig Janzik walking away with a W, and a big thank you again to Green Mountain Girls for helping support this show and supporting everyone out here tonight. Thank you to the fans at home. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till the green flag flies again on PTM Racing TV. You know what to do. Stay safe. God bless you all. We will see you very, very soon.